Rewiring your mind. How to break free from limiting beliefs. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, open field, the horizon stretching endlessly before you, filled with possibilities, new paths to explore, dreams to chase, and a life that feels vibrant and true to who you are. But as you take your first step, you feel an invisible weight holding you back, like chains anchoring you to the ground. These aren't physical chains. They're the thoughts in your mind, man, the quiet whispers that say, "You're not good enough, you'll never make it, or this isn't for you." These are your limiting beliefs, the stories you've told yourself, often without realizing it, that shape how you see yourself and the world. They're the barriers that keep you from stepping fully into that field of possibility. But here's the good news. Those beliefs aren't facts. They're not your destiny. They're just patterns in your mind, and patterns can be changed. Today, we're going on a journey to explore the power of rewiring your mind, how to identify, challenge, and break free from limiting beliefs to unlock a life of purpose, courage, and boundless potential. Let's dive in and discover how you can rewrite the stories that hold you back and step boldly into the life you were meant to live. What are limiting beliefs? They're the thoughts, assumptions, or stories you've internalized about yourself, others, or the world that restrict your possibilities. They might sound like, "I'm not smart enough to start a business, I don't deserve love," or "Success is for other people, not me." These beliefs often form early in life, rooted in experiences, upbringing, societal messages, or moments of failure or rejection. They're like invisible scripts running in the background of your mind, dictating your choices, shaping your behavior, and keeping you within a comfort zone that feels safe but small. The problem is, these beliefs aren't always true. They're often distortions, half-truths, or outdated ideas that no longer serve you. Yet they have immense power because you've believed them for so long, they feel like truth. Rewiring your mind is about recognizing these beliefs for what they are, stories, not facts, and choosing new ones that empower you to grow, dream, and thrive. Why do limiting beliefs hold so much power? Because your brain is wired to seek safety and certainty. From an evolutionary standpoint, this made sense. Our ancestors needed to avoid risks to survive. But in today's world, this wiring can trap us in cycles of self-doubt and fear. Your brain clings to familiar beliefs, even if they're negative, because they're predictable. Change feels risky, and your mind resists it, whispering warnings to keep you safe. But safe doesn't always mean fulfilled. Safe doesn't mean living up to your potential. The first step to breaking free is understanding that your mind is not your enemy. It's just trying to protect you. By learning to work with your mind, you can rewire those old patterns and create new ones that align with your dreams and values. Let's start with awareness, because you can't change what you don't see. Limiting beliefs often operate below the surface, so ingrained that you might not even notice them. They show up in moments of hesitation, in the excuses you make, or in the opportunities you avoid. Maybe you've wanted to pursue a passion like starting a YouTube channel, but a voice inside says, "Who would watch you?" Or "You don't have what it takes." That's a limiting belief at work. To uncover these beliefs, start by paying attention to your thoughts, especially in moments of doubt or fear. Ask yourself, what am I telling myself right now? Write down the thoughts that come up when you face a challenge or consider stepping out of your comfort zone. For example, if you're thinking about applying for a new job but hesitate, you might notice thoughts like, "I'm not qualified enough," or "Someone else will always be better." These are clues to the stories you're carrying. Once you've identified a limiting belief, question it. This is where the real work of rewiring begins. Your beliefs might feel true, but feelings aren't facts. Take a belief like, "I'm not good enough." Ask yourself, is this absolutely true? What evidence do I have that contradicts this belief? Where did this belief come from, and does it still apply to me now? Often you'll find that these beliefs are rooted in a single experience, a harsh word from a teacher, a rejection, a moment of failure that you've carried forward without questioning. For example, maybe you were told as a child that you weren't creative, and that belief has stopped you from exploring your artistic side. But is that really true today? Have you ever created something, a story, a drawing, a solution that proves otherwise? By challenging your beliefs, you start to see them as stories, not truths, and that gives you the power to rewrite them. Rewriting your beliefs requires replacing them with empowering ones. This isn't about blind positivity or ignoring reality. It's about choosing thoughts that align with your potential and your goals. If your limiting belief is, I'll never succeed, try replacing it with, I am capable of learning and growing through every experience. If it's, I don't deserve happiness, try, I am worthy of love and joy, just as I am. These new beliefs might feel unnatural at first. Your brain is used to the old script, but with repetition, they become stronger. Neuroscience tells us that our brains are plastic, meaning they can form new neural pathways through consistent practice. Every time you choose an empowering belief over a limiting one, you're literally rewiring your mind, creating new connections that support your growth. One powerful tool for this rewiring is affirmations, but they need to be intentional and believable. Instead of vague statements like, I'm successful, try specific, grounded affirmations like, I take small, consistent steps toward my goals every day. Write your affirmations down, say them out loud, or record them to listen to during quiet moments. Pair them with visualization. Picture yourself living out your new belief. If your goal is to become a confident speaker, imagine yourself on stage, delivering your message with ease and passion. Feel the emotions of that moment, the pride, the excitement, the connection with your audience. This practice strengthens the new neural pathways, making your empowering beliefs feel more natural over time. Another key to breaking free from limiting beliefs is action. Beliefs don't change through thought alone, they change through experience. If you believe you're not good at something, like public speaking, the only way to rewrite that story is to try it. Start small. Practice speaking in front of a mirror, then with a trusted friend, then in a small group. Each small success chips away at the old belief and builds evidence for a new one. I can improve my speaking skills with practice. Action creates a feedback loop. Your efforts lead to results, which reinforce your new beliefs, which inspire more action. It's a cycle of growth that propels you forward, one step at a time. Fear will show up on this journey, and that's okay. Limiting beliefs are often rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. But fear isn't your enemy. It's a signal that you're pushing your boundaries. When you feel fear, lean into it gently. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I try? What's the best that could happen? Often, the worst case scenario isn't as bad as your mind makes it out to be, and the best case scenario is worth the risk. For example, if you're scared to start a YouTube channel because you fear criticism, remind yourself that every creator faces judgment, and they survive. The best case scenario? You connect with an audience, share your passion, and grow in ways you never imagined. Reframe fear as a guide, not a barrier, and let it point you toward growth. Self-compassion is another essential tool for rewiring your mind. Breaking free from limiting beliefs is hard work, and you won't always get it right. There will be moments when old doubts creep back in, when you fall back into familiar patterns. That's not failure, it's part of the process. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend who's struggling. Instead of saying, I messed up again, try, I'm learning, and that's okay. Self-compassion doesn't mean excusing inaction. It means giving yourself the grace to grow without judgment. Research shows that self-compassion reduces stress and increases resilience, making it easier to stick with the work of rewiring your mind. When you're kind to yourself, you create a safe space to take risks, make mistakes, and keep moving forward. Let's talk about the role of environment in this process. Your surroundings, your relationships, your media consumption, your daily routines shape your beliefs more than you might realize. If you're surrounded by people who reinforce your limiting beliefs, telling you to play it safe or be realistic, it's harder to break free. Seek out relationships that uplift and inspire you. Find mentors, friends, or communities who believe in your potential and challenge you to grow. Curate your media intake too. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate and follow those that spark inspiration. Your environment is like the soil in which your beliefs grow. Make sure it's fertile and supportive. Gratitude can also transform your mindset. Limiting beliefs often stem from a scarcity mindset, focusing on what you lack or what's wrong. Gratitude shifts your perspective to abundance, helping you see the strengths and opportunities already within you. Try this. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for about yourself. Maybe it's your curiosity, your resilience, or a small win you had. This practice rewires your brain to notice your strengths, countering the negative stories you've been telling yourself. Over time, gratitude builds a foundation of self-worth that makes it easier to challenge limiting beliefs and embrace your potential. Another powerful practice is reframing failure. Many limiting beliefs are born from past failures or perceived shortcomings. You tried something, it didn't work, and now you believe you're not capable. But failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every successful person, from inventors to artists to entrepreneurs, has failed multiple times. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Reframe your failures as lessons, not definitions of your worth. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? How can it make me stronger? This shift in perspective turns setbacks into stepping stones, helping you rewrite the story of who you are. Let's explore the connection between limiting beliefs and identity. Often, our beliefs become part of how we see ourselves. I'm not creative, I'm not a leader, I'm not someone who takes risks. These I am statements are powerful because they shape your self-concept. To break free, start redefining your identity. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at public speaking," try, "I'm someone who's learning to speak confidently." Instead of "I'm not a leader," try, "I'm developing my leadership skills every day." These small shifts in language reframe how you see yourself, opening up new possibilities. Your identity isn't fixed, it's a story you're writing with every choice you make. Choose a story that empowers you. Mindfulness is a key ally in this journey. By practicing mindfulness, you become more aware of your thoughts as they arise, giving you the chance to challenge limiting beliefs in real time. Try this simple exercise. Set aside 5 minutes each day to sit quietly and observe your thoughts. Don't judge them or try to change them. Just notice. When a limiting belief pops up, like "I can't do this," acknowledge it without attachment. Then, gently replace it with an empowering thought, like "I'm capable of taking the next step." Mindfulness helps you create a gap between your thoughts and your reactions, giving you the power to choose which beliefs to hold on to and which to let go. Visualization is another tool to rewire your mind. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between what's real and what's imagined, which is why visualization is so powerful. Spend a few minutes each day picturing yourself living free from your limiting beliefs. If you believe you're not creative, imagine yourself painting, writing, or solving a problem with flair. See yourself succeeding, feel the emotions of that success, and let that image sink into your subconscious. Over time, this practice builds confidence in your new beliefs, making them feel more real and achievable. Let's address the role of patience. Rewiring your mind is not an overnight process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Your limiting beliefs took years to form, reinforced by countless experiences and repetitions. Changing them will take time too. There will be moments when you doubt your progress, when old beliefs resurface, or when change feels slow. That's normal. Celebrate the small wins. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, take a bold action, or choose an empowering thought, you're making progress. Trust that each step is rewiring your brain, building new pathways that will lead you to a freer, more empowered version of yourself. Connection plays a vital role in this process. While rewiring your mind is personal, it's not something you have to do alone. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to grow, friends who cheer you on, mentors who challenge your limiting beliefs, or communities that share your vision. Share your journey with someone you trust. Sometimes saying your fears or doubts out loud can strip them of their power. At the same time, set boundaries with those who reinforce your limiting beliefs, whether through negativity or doubt. Your relationships should lift you up, not hold you back. Let's talk about the ripple effect of breaking free from limiting beliefs. When you rewire your mind, you don't just change your own life, you inspire others. Your courage to challenge your doubts, pursue your dreams, and live authentically becomes a beacon for those around you. Think about the people in your life. your family, friends, or even your YouTube audience? How might your transformation encourage them to question their own limiting beliefs? By rewriting your story, you give others permission to rewrite theirs, creating a cycle of growth and empowerment. This is the power of leading by example. You don't have to preach or persuade. Your actions speak louder than words. As you continue this journey, you'll start to see challenges differently. Instead of obstacles, you'll see opportunities to test your new beliefs. A rejection isn't a confirmation of "I'm not good enough." It's a chance to practice resilience. A mistake isn't proof of "I can't do this." It's a lesson in growth. This mindset, often called a growth mindset, is the belief that your abilities and potential are not fixed, but can be developed through effort and learning. Embrace challenges as teachers. When you face a setback, ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this help me grow?" This perspective turns every experience into a step toward your potential, making it easier to let go of limiting beliefs. Living with intention is at the heart of rewiring your mind. It's about choosing your thoughts, actions, and beliefs with purpose. It's about deciding who you want to be and aligning your life with that vision. Every day, ask yourself, what's one way I can challenge a limiting belief today? Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, trying something new, or simply affirming your worth. These small acts of intention build momentum, turning your new beliefs into habits and your habits into a new way of life. Intention is what transforms a fleeting thought into a lasting change. One of the most profound lessons of this journey is that you are not your beliefs. You are not the stories you've told yourself or the labels you've accepted. You are a work in progress, a canvas of possibility, a creator of your own destiny. Breaking free from limiting beliefs isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. It's about peeling back the layers of doubt and fear to reveal the strength, creativity, and potential that have always been there. The world doesn't need another version of someone else's success. It needs you, your voice, your vision, your unique contribution. As you take these steps, you'll encounter moments of doubt or resistance. That's part of the process. Rewiring your mind doesn't mean eliminating all fear or uncertainty. It means learning to move forward despite them. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, you're taking a stand for your potential. Every time you choose an empowering thought, you're rewriting your story. Every time you act despite fear, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Let's talk about the long-term impact of this work. When you break free from limiting beliefs, you open the door to a life that's richer, freer, and more aligned with your true self. You start to make choices from a place of confidence, not fear. You pursue dreams that once felt impossible. You show up in the world as someone who believes in their worth, their potential, and their ability to create change. This doesn't mean life will be perfect. Challenges will still come, but you'll face them with a mindset that sees possibilities instead of barriers. You'll approach life with curiosity, resilience, and a deep trust in yourself. To sustain this transformation, integrate practical habits into your daily life. Here are a few to consider. Daily reflection. Spend a few minutes each morning reflecting on your beliefs. Ask, what limiting belief might show up today, and how can I challenge it? This sets an intentional tone for your day. Journaling. Write down your thoughts and beliefs regularly. Use prompts like, "What story am I telling myself?" or "What evidence do I have that I'm capable?" Journaling helps you track your progress and gain clarity. Affirmations and visualization. Create a list of empowering affirmations and pair them with visualization. Repeat them daily to reinforce your new beliefs. Small actions. Commit to one small action each day that challenges a limiting belief. It could be as simple as sharing an idea, trying a new skill, or asking for help. Surround yourself with growth. Build a supportive environment. Connect with people who inspire you, consume content that uplifts you, and create routines that nurture your growth. Practice self-compassion. When you stumble, treat yourself with kindness. Remind yourself that growth is a journey, not a race, and every step counts. The beauty of rewiring your mind is that it's a lifelong journey, but it starts with a single choice, the choice to believe in yourself. It's the moment you decide that your dreams matter, that your potential is limitless, that you are enough. It's the moment you step into that open field of possibility, not held back by invisible chains, but propelled forward by the belief that you can create a life that's true to you. This journey isn't about erasing every doubt or fear. It's about learning to move forward with them, trusting that you have the strength to keep going. In closing, rewiring your mind is the key to breaking free from limiting beliefs, because it's the moment you take back your power. It's the moment you choose to rewrite the stories that have held you back, to challenge the thoughts that have kept you small, to step boldly into the life you were meant to live. The world is full of noise, but your mind doesn't have to be. Let go of the beliefs that no longer serve you. Embrace the ones that lift you up. Trust in your ability to grow, to learn, to become. The field of possibility is waiting, and it's yours to explore. So take that first step today. Rewire your mind, break free from limiting beliefs, and let your light shine. The world is waiting for you.